Hey, what is up, guys? Bluntcuts here. This is a Watcher of Realms video. This is a Guild Wars Watcher of Realms video. I am going to show you my attacks against Destiny Upon Us, our opponent for this round. They are a French guild, if I'm not mistaken. They finished somewhere in the mid-20s, I believe, in Overlord last season, so definitely a solid guild. It should pose some challenges here. I have finished my attacks. I think they went pretty well. Some interesting defenses. I'm attacking on day one this time, which is making me a lot happier, if I'm being honest with you. I just feel like I'm not forced to attack the ridiculous metacomps. I think there's some tougher defenses in here, and I think I've got some good attacks to show you. I think there's some interesting stuff, so, you know, without further ado, let's get to the attacks. All right, guys, first match of the day. So we are going to take on this Praetus team. We've got Constance here, Pelagios, Brokkir. Now, I used the same strategy last week on a couple of different teams here, but what we're going to do basically is we're going to wait until 10 costs. I'm going to drop in one of the Skeletal Guardians. Reason being, they're going to go forward. They're going to bait ultimates. We're going to get Praetus' ultimate out of the way. That's really the only one that matters, honestly, for these purposes anyway. We're going to get that out of the way. Then at 10 cost again, we're going to start deploying the Pharaoh Guards. We're going to deploy them on the back tile to minimize the exposure to damage. I think that the first one will get there when there are still like a couple seconds left on Praetus' ultimate. So by deploying on the back tile instead of the front, we're just going to kind of cut into any damage that he might take because we want to keep as many of them up as possible. So wait till 10 cost. Then I'm going to drop in a Shaman on the back tile as well. Wait until 10 cost again, drop in double Necros. Wait until 3 cost, drop in another Shaman. And then we're going to wait till 10 cost and drop in double Dogs. Now, really the rub here is how much damage this team is doing, in particular the Pelagios, right? I'm not super concerned about Praetus. His damage is going to get spread out amongst all of these different heroes because there's going to be a lot of units up, but the AoE damage from Pelagios could kind of derail this attack. If it's much higher than the defense that I tested it on, then he could wipe out the swarm, and, you know, we might not have enough units blocking or taking up the block on Brokkir and on Constance to slip on by, but we won't know until we get in there, right? So we're just gonna hope that my affiliations hold up. Let's get in there. Let's see if we can't make it work. So let's give this a go. So first thing we are going to do, wait till 10 costs. I'm going to drop in the Skeletal Guardians. I'm going to do it on the front tile so that they get there sooner, pop the ultimates sooner, and hopefully, again, with an eye towards minimizing the damage that the Pharaoh Guards do take so that they can stay up a little bit longer if at all possible. Of course, they got caught in a whirlpool, so that's not great as far as minimizing damage is concerned. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't think we really necessarily need the block from the Pharaoh Guards. It's just gonna help us out a little bit and kind of keep the attention, hopefully, off of the Necros a little bit longer. So, second Pharaoh Guard is out. You can see ultimate did just fade on Praetus, but it's going to get back up in a second, so we are definitely going to have to keep an eye on that. Let's drop in our first Shaman here and wait up till 10 cost again. You can click up there, make sure we can be timely with this. Drop in double Necros on the back tile here. And we're waiting for 3 costs. We'll deploy a second Shaman, and Shaman should hopefully just give a little bit more longevity to all of these units so that we can have them survive while we wait for 10 costs to deploy double Dogs. And get our first look at the Pelagios damage here. Didn't really hit the swarm though, thankfully, so that is good news. You can see we're already getting a little bit of penetration there. I'm all right if the dogs get caught in the whirlwind, honestly, but what I am a little bit concerned about is them getting hit by the actual ultimate hit itself, but it looks like that's going to go off well before they get there, and it does. There they go into the whirlpool. Some more penetration there. Need some more units to go in, and we're in, and that's a win. 1-0. Starting off strong. I like it. That is a victory right there. I will be back for the next one. All right, we are going to give the Team 2 for Bublik. Bublik. We are gonna give this one the same strategy that we did with the other one. We're gonna do another swarm attack here. I am going to wait till 10 cost. I'm gonna drop in one of the Skeletal Guardians to path forward and bait ultimates. Then we're gonna start dropping in this time, because this is primarily a physical DPS team with Admiral Claw, with Torodor, with Hatssut. We're going to drop in, instead of the Pharaoh Guards, we're going to go with the Fallen Templars. They're going to go forward, drop in 1 at 10 cost, drop in a second 1 at 10 cost. Then we're going to wait again until 10 cost, drop in 1 Shaman, drop in double Necros when we get back up to 10 cost after that, followed by 1 more Shaman when we get to 3. We're going to wait till 10 cost. We're going to keep an eye on the Ajax and the Hatssut ultimates. And then when the timing is right, we're going to drop in double dogs. Hopefully, they're going to be able to stream on by. Obviously, this one I should have, I would think, an easier time getting by Claw than getting by Constance, but I don't know how or what artifact was being used on Constance, so that might not be the case. But either way, should be 2 block at minimum, right, on Claw. So unless he's got a Lunacy Visor on, then the block should be less in this comp versus what we had in the last one. It's really just a question of whether or not these units can survive, but I think we're going to be all right. Let's give it a go. Let's see if we can't make it happen. So, once again, waiting for 10 cost. Then I will drop in our Skeletal Guardians on the front tile. And just waiting for 10 cost again. Then we'll start dropping our Fallen Templars. And there goes the first one. Get the second one ready. I'm just watching that cost meter in the bottom right-hand corner. And there we go. I will get my Shaman ready. It's the next deployment. Waiting for 10 cost again. There we go. Because I have the Fallen Templars at level 5, they are, they've got like 35k defense, which really is a huge advantage, even though this team has a lot of defense reduction in it. There go our Necros. Wait for 3 costs, and then we'll drop in our second Shaman. Click up there so we can be timely. Make sure the heals are hitting when they need to. But you can see the Fallen Templars are not taking a lot of damage. I think most of that damage is probably from Ajax, in truth. So obviously we're going to need to wait for 1 more Hatssut ult, 1 more Ajax ultimate. I think timing is going to be okay based on what I'm looking at here. It's really just a question of whether or not they're going to survive. So we're at 10. I'd like to see Hatssut actually just start her ultimate before I actually drop the dogs. Oh, look at that. We're getting a leaker in already. I think we're probably good here, but there we go. Now that I see her shooting, that's when I know I can drop in the dogs. And we'll see if we can't stream on by. There's 1 in. There's... Oh, almost got 2. Didn't quite make it, though. That's not great. Well, we got 2 in. Drop in our other Skeletal Guardians. I don't know that... I think they're dead. Ah, shoot. That's too bad. Well... Not great. We were damn close. There's only so much you can do, though, right? Definitely more damage in this comp than the one that I was practicing on. Still, if you're going to take a loss, taking 20 health off the defense in the process, not the worst thing in the world. So I will take it. I will be back for the next one. All right, guys, next one up. So we are going to try to maw this down. I tried for a while on a practice comp that was built a little bit higher BP than this to get a swarm through, and it just was not happening. So I just gave up on that. I resigned myself to the maw. What we're going to do, we're going to wait till 10 costs. I'm going to drop in maw on the back tile, and then we're going to wait until 5 costs, then drop in a fool on the front tile. Reason maw's on the back tile is because we just want to minimize the amount of time that he is without those shields. We're going to wait until we get up to 6 costs. After that, drop in a set of Axe Slaughterers. Timing-wise, we should be, they should be getting there around the time that both Anora and Ymiret end their ultimates. And the important thing here to remember is, so Ymiret has kind of like an arrogance or Zillitu range. So he's got kind of all the tiles immediately to the side and in front of him, and then 2 more tiles in front. When he uses his ultimate, it expands. So he gets all the tiles, basically the tile that Brokkir is on, as well as the tile to the right of Brokkir. And Maw, because he's got a big fat ass, he ends up taking up much more room on the map than you would think, more than just the tile that he's standing on. So he's actually going to bleed in, as far as placement's concerned, into the tile that Brokkir is on, meaning that when he gets there, he is going to trigger the Ymiret ultimate. And that's key right here, because getting these ultimates going and then having some downtime is how we're going to take this down. So that long-winded way to say, after we deploy the Axe Slaughterers, we should be able to pop the Unyielding on Brokkir. I'm going to drop in a second Fool after that to go and keep Maw up. And then we're going to drop in yet another set of Axe Slaughterers after that. We probably won't need them based on what I've seen. I think that Brokkir is going to die after that, and then Maw, assuming he still has health left, is going to go forward, and he will be able to take out both Ymiret as well as Anora. That's the plan right there. I did bring along dogs as well as necros just to give myself an out in case Maw dies and you know, after we kill Brokkir or something like that. But if we can't kill Brokkir, then this attempt is done. It's not going to work. So let's get in there. Let's see if we can't make it happen. Move myself over so you can see. So, like I said, first thing we are going to do, we're just going to wait until we get up to 10 cost. We've got the Maw here. I'm going to drop him over here once that ticks up. There we go. And now we're just waiting for 5 costs to drop in our Fool. Try to be very timely with that because, again, we want to minimize the amount of time that Maw is exposed without a shield, and this map does not really facilitate dropping both Maw and the Fool kind of together because there's too much space there. I think that's why they went to a 2-tile system. Wow, he's taking a lot of damage. I feel like that might be more damage than what I was seeing in my test runs, so that's not great. But we'll have to wait and see. We get up to 6 costs in a second. I'm just going to click up, try to be as timely as I possibly can. We need to keep that Maw alive and can't have any extra time where he's just taking this extra damage. It's not great. There goes the Lili ultimate, maybe? No? I thought... Oh, there's the shield. There it is. Okay, good. Good. So we wanted to see. I'm just going to click up to 5, and then I will drop in our second Fool. There we go. There's the unyielding trigger. We like that. Let's see if we can't take him out after that. We'll drop in a second set of accelerators here just in case we need it, but I think Maw's about to wind up and do his tank buster thing in a second, and hopefully that's going to kill Brokkir. There he goes, and he's down. And Maw should go forward, and he should be doing his AoE, and that should take out the remaining units. There we go. Brokkir's down. Dropping some dogs just to be sure. And yeah, there we go. That's how you Maw that. I think I'm going to hit this one again, and then I will be back for the next one. All right, guys, next one up. So I want to give credit where credit is due. There are actually no attacks against this defense, but this is a strategy that my guildmate Flatfear, new guildmate, welcome to the guild, buddy. He did come up with this, so I am going to see if I can't make it work. I did work on the practice defense that we have set up right now, so I'm hopeful. But if it doesn't work, I'm going to blame him too. So. But I think we can get this done. So what the plan is going to be, we're going to wait till 10 costs. I'm going to drop in one of these Fallen Templars, the epic tanks. He's going to path forward. He's going to sit and start eating up ultimates. He'll probably trigger the Hatssut ultimate, the Greed ultimate, etc. And then we're going to wait until 10 cost again, start dropping in uncommon destroyers. First one's going to be on the back tile. Next one we get back up to 7 costs is going to be on the front tile. They're going to path forward. And we're going to drop 2 shamans consecutively as we get to 3 costs. It's going to keep everybody alive, hopefully, and then we should be able to follow up with double dogs at the end. Ardea should go down to those uncommon destroyers. I don't think anybody else, I don't think we're going to get Torodor with that, but they just need to stay alive a little while so we can eat up some block, and of course we can always drop in the necros at the end if for whatever reason the dogs don't make it through or anything like that. So that is the plan. It's going to work? I don't know. Let's give it a go. Let's see if we can't make it happen. All right, so let's get up to 10 costs. We'll drop in our epic tank, excuse me. I'm sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to diminish you. Then we're just waiting for 10 cost again, and I will get my uncommon destroyer set up here and ready to go once we do tick over to 10 cost. There's 10, and waiting for 7 again after this. It does look like the Ardea here may have a bit more rage regen than the one that I was practicing against, so that's good to note for future reference. Let me get those healers out quick before our destroyers do die. You can see that Ardea, the unkillable, did get popped there. Up, it just got put back on, popped again. Another shaman. A little slow on that shaman deployment, but I think it's hard to tell right there, but I think Ardea is dead. We should be able to just wait for 10 cost and then drop in our double dogs, assuming Hatssut's ultimate is cooperative and not up, but I just need to have a couple block on there to be able to get by with the dogs. I think we can deploy now. It'd be somewhat risky with the greed ultimate going off right there, but let's give it a go. We can follow up with Necros if need be after this. And they got caught right in the middle of that Hatssut ultimate. One of them got through. So that's something. They're starting to run out of time, though, unfortunately. So I think we'll start dropping in Necros now. Let's see if we can't overwhelm. Yeah, this is not looking good. I think we're only going to get one off of this. So, unfortunately, Flatfear just really kind of screwed me there. I don't know, guys. I'm so sorry about that. But, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. Flatfear, buddy. I'm just messing around. It was a solid comp. It worked on the practice run, but did not work there. So, maybe my execution could have been a little bit better. I'm not sure. Maybe I should have waited for that Hatssut ultimate to go off. That might have been a better way to go about it. In fact, I'm going to go watch the replay. I think I'll come back. I'll try that one again. All right, so point of correction. I got the name wrong. It's not Flatfear. It is Fullerfit is the name. The two double F names kind of screwed me up there. So Fullerfit is the one who developed this comp. And what I'm going to do here is just wait for the Hatssut ultimate to go out rather than deploy dogs into it, which was kind of, I guess, a little foolish on my part given the greed snare was going on. So I'm going to try to fix that. I'm not sure. I may need to trigger the Hatssut ultimate, so I might need to deploy either Necros or potentially one of the remaining Fallen Templar in order to get that done. But either way, I think I should be able to get it down this time, so we're going to give it another go and see if we can't make it happen and lay some groundwork for anybody that doesn't want to follow up on this. So I'm just going to put it on 2x speed. We'll drop in our Fallen Templar here. It's going to go forward. We're going to drop in our Uncommon Destroyer, our first one, at 10 cost here. It's 1. We're just waiting for 7 cost to get the second one out. Try to be a little more timely with my Shaman deployments. I was a little slow on that the first time around too, so I think that might help out as well. You can see that first one did take a bunch of damage. I mean, that's what happened last time too. I'm just trying to think of ways that I might be able to optimize this a little bit. If I was going to go back into it again, maybe I don't know, wait, deploy a second Fallen Templar instead of going straight to the Uncommon Destroyers, and that way we do that after the Ardea ultimate is out. I think that might help out, but I'm going to drop in a second Shaman right here. Nice if that Ardea would go down. Oh, there she goes. Now she's down. Okay. So now we're just waiting for 10 cost, and we'll see where the Hatssut ultimate is. If I deploy now, I should be able to trigger it when this guy goes by, and then we can do double dogs when we get back up to 10 cost. And I think that should do it, more than likely. Let's see if they can't get on through. There we go. That's what we were looking for. That is what we were looking for. That's a win right there. Nice strategy. Appreciate the assist from a guildmate. And I will be back for the next one. All right, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to attack this blind. There's just not any damage in here. I guess maybe the Reve is built with damage. I can't see that, but you know, maybe. I'm not sure. So generally what we're going to do here, we're going to wait until 10 cost. I'm going to drop in one of the Pharaoh Guards on the back tile. We'll wait for 10 cost again, drop in a second Pharaoh Guard on the back tile. Then we're going to wait till 10 cost and deploy one of the Shaman on the back tile, followed up at 10 cost again by double Necros, followed up by another Shaman, followed up by double dogs and or the speed booster, the Scalekin Warrior. We'll see how our Necros are doing at that point. Make the call then. If they're already starting to push past, I might just go for the Scalekin and then follow up with dogs after that. But you know, we will see how it goes. But I think that we're going to be okay on this one. But famous last words, right? So let's get in there. Let's see if I can't make it happen. All right, so I'm just going to wait for 10 cost, and then I'll start dropping our Pharaoh Guards. I'm not really all that concerned about which tile I deploy these on. Their magic resist is so high and the damage is so low that I'm not really all that concerned about getting them out there in any kind of order to avoid damage or anything like that. You can see that they're hitting for like 10k at the most right now, and that's just not going to cut it, I don't think, against a team like this. So we will see how it goes. Click up to 10 and drop in our Necros. And we'll see, dropping another healer in a second here. I'm just gonna click up to 3. Should hopefully keep everybody alive. And we'll just have to wait and see. We're getting some penetration already, though. I'm just not super concerned about this. But again, famous last words, like I said. So there's just so many mobs and they're not dying. So that's why I'm just going to go with the Skeleton Warrior there. We'll drop in some dogs now. And I think that, eventually this is all going to get overwhelmed. But, I could be wrong. We've only gotten one in so far. So I think once Reve's ultimate is down, they'll stop getting stunned and they should just go in. There we go. Now they're going in. And that is that. So I got a win right there. Again, don't do that at home. Attacking blind is not a thing, but you just got to be careful, and you got to make sure that you're bringing enough damage to deal with a swarm. I mean, it's a very kind of common tactic these days, especially Necros and everything like that, especially at level 5+ Necros. It's hard to stop if you don't have enough damage in there. So I will be back for the last match. All right, so last attack of the day. This is a defense that has already been beaten by my boy Rabid Goat. Awesome dude, awesome guildmate, honestly. Really love Rabid. So he put forth this kind of interesting attack. I wanted to show it off, give him a little bit of a little props here because I thought it was kind of interesting. So what he did, he waited until 10 cost. He dropped in one of the fools on the back tile, waited until 8 costs, so the fool was kind of right up around, I guess you can't see my mouse on there, but right after the turn, basically, where they turn and go up in this first kind of vertical lane right there. And then he dropped in a shaman. That shaman froze the fool in place because the fool started shielding him. Shaman path forward. He waited until 10 cost, dropped in a necro, waited until 10 cost again, dropped in another necro, then dropped in another shaman after that, then followed up with a Skeleton Warrior to give them a speed boost, then deployed dogs as he went there, kind of being mindful of the Pelagios ultimate. Seemed to work quite well, so I'm hoping that I can get similar results. Let's get in there. Let's see if we can't make it happen. All right, so once we get in there, we are just waiting for 10 cost. We get up to 9, and then I'll put it on 1-time speed. And then we're just going to drop in a fool on this back tile here. And we're just going to wait until, was it about 8 cost, I think, was when the fool was in the right spot over here. Just need to wait for him to turn. And then we're going to drop in our shaman there. I might have done a little bit earlier than Rabid did, but I think that will be okay. Let's get back up to 10 cost here. And we'll drop in our first necro. Wait for 10 cost again. Drop in the second necro. There we go. We'll wait for them to path forward a little bit, and then we'll drop in our second shaman here. And 10 cost again, and we'll drop in our Skeleton Warrior. And we didn't even need any of that. That just happened. I wasn't even paying attention. I was concentrating on my deployments. And they just ran in. But very interesting. The thing that I thought that was cool about that was that he used the shaman to freeze the fool in place. I'm wondering if it might be possible to do that on a Maw attack, because the problem that I've had with Maw so far is that Maw will go forward and you can't really, there's not enough cost in place to really drop in both Maw and the fool and have the full freeze like we used to be able to on the old map. So I'd be interested to see if we can't play around with that and figure out a way to make that happen. But nice attack, Rabid. Very cool, man. That's it, guys. That's all she wrote. Well, there you have it, guys. 6-2 on the day. Felt like I left a little bit on the table, honestly. I think I probably could have ended up 7-1 or 8-0 on this one. Attacking on day one is kind of like it's like a different game a little bit. And so I am enjoying attacking on day one a little bit more. I do think there's some really interesting defenses in here, and there are some that were kind of challenging that I'd have to work on kind of off screen for a while before I felt confident enough to go in and attack them. So yeah, definitely cool. I got a couple of Maw attacks in there, which I love. Love using Maw. Now, like I was saying at the end of that last match, I think that we need to find a way to deploy both the Maw and the Fool to kind of duplicate what we were able to do last season, where we could deploy the Fool and then deploy Maw and allow Maw to kind of go into the damage zone where he's taking hits with a shield on him to give him more longevity. I think that the way that Rabid set up his attack that I copied in my final attack tonight, I think that's something that kind of opened my eyes a little bit. I think there may be a way to work that in. So I'm going to experiment with that, see if I can't kind of perfect that and bring that in next round. It doesn't necessarily have to be a shaman like we deployed on the last match, but it is, I think, any unit really that is relatively low cost and is going to allow you to get back up to that 9 cost that you need for Maul while the Fool is still frozen in place should suffice. So I'm going to work on that. Maybe bring that in next go around. In any case, guys, what are you feeling about this season? Right, we're a couple weeks into this point. We've had some trials and tribulations, or at least I have. But I am kind of coming around to the map a little bit. I'm getting used to things a little bit more. I got away from the Swarm. Not all of my attacks were the Swarm today, but I do still think that just based on the way that things are set up right now in this map, that is probably going to be the most common strategy that you're going to see. But let me know how your attacks are going. In any case, guys, appreciate you tuning in. Please do like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and I will catch you all next time.